Hi, I'm Brian Sohn. I'm your host with American Dream TV, Selling St. Louis. Today we're going to start at Underground's Coffee Espresso Bar here in Washington, Missouri. And then we're going to look at a couple Airbnbs, one here in Washington and one in Augusta. So I'm going to meet Dennis Tate, and he's with Flat Branch Mortgage. And we're going to go tour these today, and we're going to go over and meet him at the coffee shop. Hey, Dennis.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks for meeting today.
Yeah.
So we are at Underground's Coffee here in Washington, Missouri. And this is one of my favorite places to meet and have business meetings. If I'm going to have lunch or something, they have good food, they have great coffee. And then we're going to take a look at some Airbnbs in the area. So we're going to look at one here in Washington on East 3rd Street. And then we're going to go to Augusta, and we're going to look at one that sits on a bluff. It overlooks the bottoms right now. All the fields have been harvested, and you have all the lines that you see in photographs of farm areas. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Awesome.
And so why don't we get going? And we'll start at East 3rd Street here in Washington.
Let's do it.
All right. So Dennis, this is the first home. It's on East 3rd Street. And so this one's actually called Mid-Century Modern. And as you look around, you'll see why. So there's a lot of mid-century modern design and furniture and the finishes. And so it's a very comfortable place. Something like this is, $150 to $250 a night. Pretty affordable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, but for people looking into doing new ones though, we have interest rates right now. They're up. So they're getting close to 7%.
Yeah. A hot topic. Just a little bit.
Kind of affecting how people look at the profit margin and different options. And so what are people doing to address that high interest rate?
Yeah, so the market is, obviously the rates have gone up a little higher than people expected and a lot quicker than they expected as well.
Yeah,
and so
speed, yeah.
One of the things that, there's high expectations with people inside the market that are watching that rates are gonna come down next year. I mean, they're gonna come down within the next 6 to 8 months. Yeah. So in order to get from now until then, what we're having is a lot of people liking what's called a 2-1 buy down, which essentially we would have the seller, if it's negotiated in the contract, the seller pay for the buyer to have a lower rate for the first 2 years. So if rates are at 7% and we lock them at 7, for the first year, it's gonna be at 5%. It's 2% lower than where they locked a rate in.
Yeah.
And then for the next year, for the second year, it's gonna be 1% lower. So on a 7% rate, we would have them at 5% the first year, 6% the second year, and then 7% moving on. And so that helps them take advantage of a lower payment.
Yeah,
it could be $200, $300, $400 a month.
Hopefully it gets them through that window.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we refinance them after that and they just take advantage of it.
And that difference in money could get you a weekend in the Airbnb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So why don't we move on? We'll take a look at another one. It's a beautiful home in Augusta. It's on a bluff, and we'll see what that gives us.
Let's go.
Now we're inside the Augusta Getaway. So this is a much grander, luxurious version of an Airbnb, beyond what most people think they're gonna get. So it's 3,000 square foot, 5 bed, 4 bath, 2 floors. There's room for everybody to come and to have their own corners to get away, but at the same time, you have family from all over the US can come here, or even if it's just local and you wanna have one spot that's big enough for everyone. While you're here, it's peaceful. You get to look out over the fields and the river bottoms. And so there's just some really amazing views. And it's a feeling that you don't get. You see that distance and that space and the big vista, and you just go around a corner and it's all there.
Absolutely amazing. And you hit the nail on the head. When you got families that are like, you could be on the East Coast, West Coast, Missouri is centrally located. So they have people here that just kind of bring a bunch of families together and they hang out together, but also had the space to kind of spread apart too.
And it all sits on its own acre on top of the bluff. So how much better does that get?
Yeah, that's amazing. We'll go look at some views.
Yeah, check out the view.
Let's do it.
So we're outside here. This is the view that we talked about before.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, absolutely amazing. So when you come around the turn, it's the first thing you see. You see it before you see the house. It's been a lot of fun today. So thank you for watching us on American Dream TV, and we'll see you next time.
See you.